What it do, y'all? We are back with another video. It's your boy BLKFinesse. We are here to watch your boy A Different Perspective again, aka ADP. Shout out to your boy. This one's called When an Instagram Model Gets Caught Lying and Instantly Regrets It. I don't have too much context on what's going on, but we want to, let your boy talk it out.
So right now next to me, you guys are watching a video play out of FTN Bay getting arrested after she had put out some false claims and allegations against her ex-boyfriend, rapper Duty Low.
The usual.
So for those of you who aren't familiar with the story, FTN Bay, which is not the name that I remember her by because I've been following this story for the past year or two, she put out a claim saying that her ex-boyfriend, Duty Low, was raping her then 5-year-old son. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I myself 100% believe the allegations. Foolish of me, right? But for two reasons. One being that is a very serious claim. You can't just say somebody did something so horrendous to your child and it be made up.
Right.
For two, the way she detailed, which I'm going to read to you guys, what this man allegedly had done to her child, I'm like, you would have to be crazy to come up with a story like that. But as you saw from that clip, she's the one that's being put in handcuffs and thrown in jail.
Crazy.
So we just kind of want to address everything that's going on because it's very, very serious. And we want everyone to know that we're taking it very serious because when we're talking about children and things happening to children, that is a very serious. So just to start, first, people can't make certain accusations without evidence because that's called defamation. So a lot of people know what defamation is. Once you publish it, it's out there in the universe and the damage is done. As many people who have visited Florida, live in Florida know, the police pretty much will come and get you if they have even a modicum of evidence against you for a crime. As you guys can see, our client is online. He's not in jail. He has not been taken to jail. He has not been charged with a crime. I'm not exactly sure what this young lady's motives are other than being
So this right here is the post that I read over a year ago from FTN Bay when she first put out this initial claim against Duty Low. She says, warning, what you're hearing is my 5-year-old son Wesley cried to me about what my ex-boyfriend, and then she puts his name, did to him. Now, since there was an alleged audio clip of this boy crying
And she added
saying,
him.
oh, he did this to me, he did that, what that could have been, and I don't know this for sure, was that the mother was manipulating the child into saying something so that it would be more believable, right?
Yo.
You would think an audio clip like this would hold up in court. Oh, this must be true that this man did what he did because this child is crying about it. She says, for the last 2 months, my son was pooping in his pants. It was so bad I had to put diapers back on him. October 1st, my son finally told me what happened to him. I'm thankful to God because a lot of kids don't speak up because they were scared, just like my son. I have been dealing with this for almost a month and it's been the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life, and I will not remain quiet for one more second, she said.
How crazy do you have to be? How? So if y'all had noticed my light fell, we gonna leave that where it is. How crazy do you have to be to come up with some over the top lie or you put it on your son to try to get your ex-boyfriend or baby father in jail because of some little petty little incident that you think of? Like, it's like the moment you feel betrayed, you gotta find any and everything to put him out. Bro, like, it's so evil. Like, y'all are so evil. That's crazy.
Yes. She says, August 6th, I had a show in Orlando and Duty Low was at home along with my roommate and my son and his 3-year-old cousin. Once I left, this sick man welted 3 screws that he found in my toolbox and shoved them up my son's anus. What? Scared and afraid, my son hid the screws outside so he couldn't find it. Scared and afraid, my son hid the screws outside so he couldn't find it and do it again. And never told me about it. He was trying to be so tough that he dealt with this for 2 months and it clearly affected him.
Hold on. 9 times out of 10, a kid's not gonna hide that, yo. A kid will say something. And he's 5 years old. So of course a 5-year-old is gonna say something. They don't have the social maturity to just try to hide something because they're scared. He's obviously gonna go to the mom. Or somebody. You feel me? Like a kid's gonna say something. Like, what? Yo, a kid's gonna go out and hide it? A 5-year-old kid's gonna go out and hide tools? Like, it already sounds like a lie.
Never in a million years I would think this would be my story. My boyfriend actually assaulting my son. My son and my life will never be the same. This is not a sympathy post or a clout post. This is simply me, a heartbroken mother who's doing everything I can for justice for my son. While I'm patiently waiting for the police to complete their investigation, I need to speak up and expose this sick man to warn other females with kids and maybe other girls who dealt with him should talk to their kids. This couldn't have been the first time, but he picked the right family to F with. You just never know who people really are and what they are capable of. Stay blessed. For this man to have won $11 million in court over this allegation goes to show you just how manipulative this story is, because this sounds legit. She worded this in such a way that you actually
just look at her, bro. Look at her. She literally wanted to do that for money. That's all I'm getting from it. She wanted to do this for the money. He probably had money. And probably didn't want to give her the money. Had a kid with the girl, which is his fault, because you shouldn't, you don't open your legs to people you can't see yourself in the future with or marry. Simple. But what sense does it make? Like, you got to be that evil. And this is the first time I'm ever actually seeing a man win something against, a woman-favored system. I mean, that's new.
Would feel some sympathy for her. You wouldn't think that somebody would come up with a story like this. I'm so glad that we finally live in a time where women are being held accountable for their actions and being held accountable for trying to destroy a man's life, because she know good and well this sort of allegation will most certainly hang over the head of a man for the rest of his life. Why would someone do that? I don't know. Maybe because he broke up with you? Who knows what the reason was for their separation? But nonetheless, you don't do something like this. If it ain't real, don't try to make it be. Anyway, y'all, leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next
Shout out your boy ADP, but this is crazy. Like, you came up with a bold-faced lie, and you just had it hell-bent until anyone came and got him. Like, you put a lie on your son, which means you can get your son taken away from you for that. The custody's probably gonna be on the man. Like, he's finna take the 5-year-old son. What? You don't see a lot of, you know what? I'm not gonna make a general statement, but you don't see a lot of men doing something like that to their sons, because 9 times out of 10 they want them to be straight. Typically, that's how it is. No, nothing against LGBTQ. I respect y'all, cool, but most straight men like that, they don't want to do. Why would they do that to their son? Like, for them to really believe that. If they were to believe that, that would have been wild. Like, that would have been really crazy. But comment, like, subscribe down below. It's your boy BLKFinesse. We out.